Hi students, welcome to second year accountancy class. We are in the chapter accounting for not-for-profit organizations. In my previous class I have explained about capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. These two words are very important in your accounting career. Whether you prepare final accounts of a trading concern or non-trading concern, or when you attend any interview, or when you are solving a problem, or you are explaining to your juniors or someone else, you should have the clear division between capital and revenue. Then only accounting becomes easy and you will be able to understand and you can prepare some solution. Otherwise you will struggle a lot. It gets mixed up. So, in our previous class, we have done with capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. In this class, we are going to learn about capital receipts and revenue receipts. Okay. So, receipt means you know what is coming in. What comes to us is a receipt. What goes out is expenditure or payment. So, for any business organization, like expenditure, receipts are also of two types. Okay. Capital receipts and revenue receipts. Very simple example I'll tell you. You are all the students of Sri Medhavi Junior College. Okay. You are receiving education from this college. So in reciprocation, what you are doing? You are paying the fees. So Sri Medhavi College is receiving free fee from the students for providing education. So it is the income source of the college. Okay. It is done on regular basis. Repeatedly every month or every quarterly. Okay. Every half yearly or every yearly the college will collect the fees. So once you pay the fees, its benefit is only for one academic year. Clear? So this is called revenue nature. Means which comes in a repeated manner again and again, and which is received for providing some goods or some service. On the other hand, say for example our Sri Medhavi College has sold out its old furniture because we want to make smart rooms and semi-furnished rooms. So we would like to change all these benches. So say Sri Medhavi Junior College has received 2 lakhs by selling the furniture. This is called capital receipt. Because we don't sell furniture again and again. Okay. So whenever any amount is received by selling of assets like furniture, computer, buildings, land, etc., it is called as capital receipt. Remember this point. One more example I will give you more. Suppose you have grown a plant, a tree. So ultimately it will give you flowers and fruits. So if regularly you get income by selling those flowers and fruits, that is called revenue receipt. But you decide to sell off the entire tree and you cut the stem, you sell it to timber depot. Okay, the entire piece, you remove the tree, then becomes a capital receipt. For example, we are running this college in a premises. So if the owner is receiving monthly rent from our college management, that rent is revenue receipt. That rent is revenue receipt. If the owner has decided that he will sell this property and he sold out this property for 1 crore rupees, that 1 crore is the capital receipt. So try to understand here. Sale of house is the capital receipt. Sale of house is the capital receipt. Receiving rent is the revenue receipt. That means when you retain the ownership rights with you and you just derive income by virtue of possessing that property is called as revenue receipt. For example, you have got a car. So if that car is engaged with Ola or Uber or some travel agency, and weekly basis or daily basis, kilometer basis, you get income, that is a revenue receipt. You take traveler, a passenger from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, and you have earned 5,000 rupees, that is a revenue receipt. But if you sold off your car for 5 lakhs rupees, that 5 lakhs rupees is a capital receipt. So totally if you sacrifice ownership rights on your asset, that becomes capital receipt. But keeping asset with you and you generate income on that, that becomes a revenue receipt. You retain the building, on the building you receive the rent. So rent becomes revenue. But if you sell off the building, it becomes capital receipt. So I already told you in the previous class, we have got 4 words in this chapter: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital receipt and revenue receipt. If we have the clarity about all these 4, then it becomes very easy to prepare accounts under the chapter accounting for not-for-profit organizations. So try to understand. Here we are going to decide, say, the differences between capital receipts and revenue receipts. First one, capital receipts. It is non-recurring in nature. Again, I told you in the previous class, non-recurring means non-repeated. Non-recurring means non-repeated. Okay, recurring means repeated. So, this capital receipt won't come again and again. Like you see, you cannot sell furniture again and again. You cannot sell building every year. You cannot sell building every month. You cannot sell land every day. Means once gone is gone. Okay, so it is non-repeated in nature. Whereas revenue receipt is repeated in nature. Like I told you, that students will be paying every year fees. The student will join, they pay the admission fees, they pay tuition fees first year, second year. Then second year students go out of the college, again first year students will be coming in. So the college fee is received by the management every year. So this is called recurring nature. So fees received by the college is the revenue receipt. Whereas amount received by the college by selling of the furniture is the capital receipt, because we cannot sell furniture every day, we cannot sell furniture every month. So whatever the old furniture we have got, we can sell only once. Clear? So that is the reason capital receipt is non-recurring in nature, revenue receipt is recurring in nature. Next. These are obtained from sale of assets of the concern. That's what I told. Capital receipts are received by sale of assets of the business organization. Concern means business organization. Maybe a college may be selling its old computers, old furniture. A factory owner may be selling off his old machinery, his factory building, land, etc. A shopkeeper may be selling his furniture and fixtures. So like that, whatever the amount we receive, this capital receipt is received by selling off your assets. Whereas revenue receipts is obtained from regular activities. What are your regular activities? For a hospital, giving treatment to the patients is a regular activity. So that fees received from the patients is the revenue receipt for the hospital. But if the hospital sell off its old X-ray machine or scanning machine, it becomes a capital receipt. Clear, ma? So, whenever any organization receives some income out of its regular activities, then it is called as revenue receipt. For a college, what is the regular activity? Providing education. For a hospital, what is the regular activity? Providing treatment. For a transport company, what is the regular activity? Okay, providing transport facilities. For example, for TSRTC, what is its operating activity? Taking people from one place to another place. So the amount received by sale of tickets by the conductor of the bus is a revenue receipt. But if the bus becomes old and the TSRTC decided to sell off its bus, then it becomes a capital receipt. पूरा बस बेच दिए तो कैपिटल रिसीट, लेकिन बस में आप लोगों को एक जगह से लेके दूसरी जगह पे लेके जाए और टिकट के पैसे वसूल करे, दैट बिकम्स रेवेन्यू रिसीट. नेक्स्ट, capital receipts are of large amounts because you are sacrificing your ownership rights. At a time you will receive lump sum amount. Revenue receipts are very small. Okay, smaller amounts will be receiving in a regular manner. Then where do we record? Whenever you are preparing balance sheet, trading account, profit and loss account, or in case of non-profit organization, we prepare a receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. So where we have to show revenue receipts are shown on the liability side of balance sheet. Revenue receipts are, capital receipts are shown on the liability side of balance sheet, or may be deducted from the assets, whereas revenue receipts are shown on the credit side of income and expenditure account. Capital receipts are shown on the liability side of balance sheet, whereas revenue receipts are shown on the credit side of income and expenditure account. So in general, in this chapter, whenever you are doing the problems of income and expenditure account as part of this third chapter, accounting for not-for-profit organization, clear? So what are the various capital receipts we come across in this chapter is, first one, capital provided by the owners or members of the organization. So as you know that without investing money, a organization cannot come into existence. So any capital provided by the owner is a capital receipt. Share capital provided by the shareholders is also a capital receipt. Loans raised from banks for the purchase of assets or for payment of some expenses or for any other purpose. If you take loan from any bank, the loans from various banks also a capital receipt. Then proceeds from sale of assets, that's what I was telling. So whatever the amount you receive by selling of your assets like furniture, land, building, machinery, loose tools, sports equipment, old books, etc. If you sell off and you get money, that is a capital receipt. Then life membership fees. In case of clubs and association, we see that when members are admitted into your organization, we take life membership fees. Means instead of paying membership fees every month, some members will join the club, will join the association for their lifetime. So at a time, they pay lump sum amount and they become the lifetime members. So that life membership fees paid by the members of the club or members of a non-trading concern is a capital receipt. Then legacies. What is legacy? I hope you might have gone through that definition. Legacy is the amount received by the non-trading concern as per the will of a person. W-I-L-L, will. Amount received as per the will of a person. वसीयतनामा लिखते ना लोग, like people write how to distribute their property among the children. So some people would like to donate some share of their property to certain non-trading concern. So they write down like 20% of my property should belongs to Lions Club, 10% of my property should go to Blue Cross Society. Like that they may write down that will, so which is registered with the lawyer. So according to the mentioned amount or the agreement mentioned over there, so the property will be received by the non-trading concern. That is called as legacy. So legacy is the amount received by a non-trading concern as per the will of a person. That also comes under capital receipt. Then comes government grants for specific purpose. So many a times the governments will give some fund in order to develop these non-profit organizations, non-trading concerns, in order to promote the social welfare or say development of the society. Government gives some grant, some amount as a benefit. So such specific grants are also capital receipts. Then similarly, donation for specific purpose. Many a times when people donate, they mention the purpose for which the donation is to be used, like donation for pavilion, donation for books, donation for mineral water plant. Like that, when the cause is mentioned, it becomes a special donation or a specific donation. So all those special donations are of capital nature. Then comes revenue receipts. That means which occur in regular nature, repeatedly jo bar aate rehta out of our activities, they are called as revenue receipts. So what are they? You can see receipts from sale of goods or services. So whenever you sell goods or you provide services and you receive the amount, that becomes a revenue receipt. Okay, for a manufacturing concern, when they produce goods and sell, it becomes a revenue receipt. If they sell the machinery, it becomes a capital receipt. Try to understand. For a furniture company, furniture is goods for them. So when they sell furniture, it becomes revenue receipt for them. But when they sell the machinery with which they were making furniture, then it becomes capital receipt. Then discounts and commission received. As you all know what is discount and what is commission. So whenever we receive that, that is also revenue receipt. Then interest on bank deposits. Somewhere else in some bank you might have deposited money. So on that you know that banks will pay interest. Recently you have written in the examination, functions of banking. So banks will provide interest on deposits. So that interest earned by any individual or by any non-trading concern is a revenue receipt. Then annual subscription in case of clubs and associations. Means every year the members have to pay some subscription amount, chanda. So that subscription is also a revenue receipt. Then donation of general in nature. Means when the person who has donated the amount doesn't specify the purpose, it becomes a general donation. Then all general donations are of revenue nature. Then entrance fee. So in case of non-trading concerns, any member who wish to join such club, such association has to pay some entry fees. That entrance fee is also a revenue receipt. Then sale of old newspapers. Okay, as you all know that whenever we subscribe for the newspaper, then as once we read, then we get the bunch of old newspapers kept aside. So periodically when you sell those old newspapers on scrap, it becomes a revenue nature. Then lockers rent. You all know what are lockers. That means the cabins provided to safeguard your valuables in banks or maybe in sports clubs and libraries. Some space is provided to safeguard your valuables. That locker rent is also repeatedly received, so it becomes a revenue receipt. Then sale of tickets. So most of the clubs organize some musical concerts, some entertainment programs like dramas, etc., some musical nights. So whenever we sell tickets on such occasion, that sale of tickets, entertainment tickets also will be revenue receipt. So these are the differences between revenue receipts and capital receipts.